What is poppin', people? You already know who it is. What If King, back again with another lit What If. And today we're going to be doing the continuation to What If Asta Had Sunshine. This is like take 3 because my mother messed up take 1 and she also messed up take 2. So, hopefully she doesn't come barging in my room this time. And if she does, hopefully, finish. So yeah. Before we get started, I have to, address a comment that I got. Somebody was asking me, what was like the music that I was using in one of my videos, and I get all of my music from his name is Lackey Inspired. I hope I'm not butchering that name. I hope I said it right. I don't really know, but I know he has a channel, and he posts all the music that I've been using on there. And it's just really, really helpful. It's really, really easy as well. So yeah, that's where I get all of my music from that I use for my videos. And also, someone also commented on what if Asta were the reincarnation of Licton Tetsu's child. This person said that Asta wouldn't have joined the Black Bulls, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, because Asta would want to, he would have wanted to prove that he was the best by making the worst Magic Knight squad the best Magic Knight squad. So actually he would have chosen to join the Black Bulls, and honestly I really don't see any other squad he would really choose to join. He definitely wouldn't choose he definitely wouldn't choose Silver Eagles or anything like that, because prejudice towards commoners, that's what Noelle, Noelle, but also Noelle has, which he's the captain. I really don't think he would have joined the Coral Peacocks or whatever they're called, or honestly any other Magic Knight squad but the Black Bulls. There would literally be no other reason. And he definitely wouldn't join the Golden Dawn, because in the what if that I was doing, what if Asta were the reincarnation of Licton Tetsu's child, he would want to sort of take a different path to the Wizard King than is trying to take. So yeah, nah. Also, the same person, I'm pretty sure, also said, he sort of kind of made a joke about something that I had said when I was talking about Asta and Noelle going on the mission to do the wild boar slaying. I had said that Asta had said to Noelle that she could ride on his sword. And this person said that I didn't know what I was saying. He said, haha, you can ride on my sword, bro, you didn't even know what you were saying. But actually, as a matter of fact, I did know what I was saying. That's why I said it, because I thought it was funny. So please don't comment anything if you don't know what you're talking about. It's actually really annoying. And not trying to be disrespectful right now or anything, but just don't comment anything if you don't know what you're talking about, because that's why I said it, because it was funny. So yeah, now moving on to the actual what if. Last time we left off, Asta was just getting to sort of the Black Bulls base, and when they go to the door, a ball of fire just comes towards Asta, and he just easily sort of just hits it away, and he sees that someone with fire magic and someone with lightning magic are kind of fighting, but the person with lightning magic is running away, and he's laughing at the same time, and the one with fire magic is pretty pissed. And then he sees a really short girl, and she's like just over at the table eating a lot. And he also sees another girl, and she's like half naked, and she's drinking a lot. And then he also sees someone in the corner, and Asta thinks like he has just like face paint on, and he's sort of like mumbling a lot. And then Asta's just like, so these are my squad mates. Well, they better be powerful. And then he's like, they better be powerful because I don't want to be the only one who's doing all the work to, make this the best Magic Knight squad. And then he says, well, actually, it really wouldn't matter. I'm strong enough as it is. I could probably do it. I can do it. And so after that, the Black Bulls get introduced by Yami to Asta, and Magna's like, well, since we have a new member, I think it's about time we get to his fire baptism. And then Asta's just like, what is that? And then Magna's just like, come on outside and I'll show you. So they go outside, and Magna tells Asta, all you have to do is either dodge the fireballs that I send at you or reflect them. And Asta's just like, oh, alright, this is gonna be easy. And then Magna's just like, oh, we'll see. And he takes out his fire baseball bat and starts, hitting fireballs at Asta. And Asta's just dodging all of them easily. He has his hands crossed, his arms crossed. He's not even really trying. And then Asta's just like, is that all you got? And then Max is like, of course not. And then he charges up a big fireball that has like a lot of fire magic, and he sends it at Asta. And Asta's like, that's more like it. But it's still not really gonna stand a chance against me. And he takes out his grimoire and says, sunshine magic, cruel sun. And then he sends the cruel sun towards Magna's fireball, and his cruel sun just goes straight through it, immediately just dispersing Magna's fireball, and it hits Magna and just explodes. And then Asta's just like, maybe I went a little overboard. I think I may have killed him. And after that, Magna, he gets up slowly. He has like a lot of scratches and he's bleeding. And Asta's just like, wow, he actually survived. But he's probably going to be really mad at me. Because, he's expecting Magna to be mad because he nearly killed him. But instead of being mad, Magna, being Magna, he runs up to Asta and he's just like, that was so awesome. What kind of magic do you have? It was so powerful. It just easily went straight through my fireball. And that was me going full power. And then Asta's just like, well, my magic is called sunshine magic, and as the sun rises, I get more powerful, because it's, sort of connected to the sun in a way. And then Max is just like, oh, that's so cool. And then Magna's just like, so wait a minute, what happens when the sun goes down? Do you get weaker? And then Asta says, no, I don't get weaker. I also have what's called Devil Sunshine Magic, and it's sort of like a dark sun instead of the regular yellow sun. And yeah, that's how I don't get weaker. And then Magna's just like, wow, that's really cool. And then Asta's just like, yeah, it's pretty powerful magic. And so after that, Asta gets his Black Bull's robe, and so after that happens, the next day, we're gonna skip to the next day, Asta comes out and he walks into a pillar, and he backs up, and he looks at it, and he's like, where the heck did that come from? And then Magna's just like, oh, the base moves a lot, so yeah. And then Asta's just like, interesting. And then Magna's just like, yeah, you'll get used to it the longer you're here. And then Asta's just like, I see. And then Magna's just like, well, you have chores to do, so you better follow me so I can show you what they are. And then Asta's just like, why do I have to do the chores? You're perfectly capable of doing so. And then Magna's just like, because you're the newest recruit. And then Asta, he's just like, yeah, no, I'd rather go and train. See ya. And he starts to walk away. Magna, he comes up and is like, alright, listen here, you cocky bastard. I'm really getting tired of your ego. You are going to do these chores because I said so. And then Asta, he starts to get a little bit annoyed, and he starts to radiate his magic. And he looks at Magna, and he's like, I am at the pinnacle of all things. I don't have to do anything you tell me. How about you go do the chores? Leave me alone. And then, Magna, he sort of kind of gets scared by this because Asta's putting off a lot of magical power, and the pressure is intense. And, so yeah, Magna kind of gets sort of scared. And Asta just walks away, and he goes to train. Now, after an hour or so, he's still training. He's only training with the Demon Slayer sword. He's only training up his swordsmanship. He's not, using any magic or anything like that. And then, all of a sudden, this girl pops out. And Asta, he sort of just acts like he didn't notice her. And he's just, he keeps training, and the girl's just watching. And then he decides to finally engage her. So he disappears from the girl's sight. And the girl's like, where did he go? And then Asta's just like, I'm behind you. And then she quickly turns around and she's like, you're fast. How did you got behind me so fast? And then Asta's just like, of course I did. Who are you? And why are you watching me? And then Noelle is just like, well, my name is Noelle Silva of the Silva Royal Family. And the only reason why I'm watching you is because you were making quite the ruckus. And Austin tilts his head and is like, whatever. And then he goes back to training. And then Noelle is just like, what royal family are you from? And then Asta, without even looking back at her, he says, I'm not from a royal family. And then Noelle, she says in her mind, he's not from a royal family, but he has so much magic. And then Asta says, I'm a commoner. And then Noelle says in her mind, a commoner? At first I thought it was a royal, but then he said he wasn't. So then I started to think he was from a noble family, but a commoner? There's no way a commoner has that much magic. And then finally Asta stops and he turns to look at Noelle and he's like, I hope you're not one of those royals who has prejudice towards commoners. And then Noelle's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then Asta's just like, whatever. Can you stop watching me though? It's kind of annoying. And then he starts to get back to training. And she feels as though she's sort of being ignored. So she gets kind of mad. And she starts to generate a spell. And she throws it at Asta, but Asta, he gets ready to block it, but instead of hitting him, it just goes completely sort of like the other way. And Asta's just like, well, it seems as though you, a royal, cannot control your powerful magic. And then Noelle's just like, don't make fun of me. I'm a royal. And then Asta's just like, why would I make fun of you? I only pity you. And then, Noelle, she kind of gets mad by that. And Asta says, why would I make fun of someone who is weaker than me? I only pity them. And then Noelle starts to get really mad by this, and she gets she's also really embarrassed because she failed completely trying to hit Asta. So her magic starts to radiate around her, and it just bursts out, submerging her in a water ball, and it starts to travel towards the Black Bull's base. And Asta's just like, wow, that is pretty impressive magic. If only she could control it. I mean, she wouldn't be anywhere close to my power, but she would still be powerful. So the Black Bulls, they come out and they see, Noelle in the water magic ball, and that she has absolutely no control over it whatsoever. So, Asta, he actually decides to go and deal with it. So he brings out his grimoire and he says, sunshine magic, cruel sun. And he sends the cruel sun towards the water ball that Noelle is in. And the Black Bulls, they kind of think that this is useless because Noelle clearly has the, attribute advantage against Asta, because he has magic that's really hot and things like that, and Noelle has water magic. But as soon as the cruel sun hits the water ball that Noelle is in, all of the Black Bulls shocked except for Yami. The water ball sort of steam starts to come out of it, and it starts to evaporate. And Noelle starts to fall. Asta goes, catches her, and puts her down on the ground and asks, are you okay? And Noelle's surprised that he asked her, and he actually genuinely seems concerned for her well-being, and sort of reluctantly she says, yeah. And then Asta's just good. Even though you may have prejudice towards commoners, I still wouldn't want someone on my squad to die. Especially before I make it the best. And then Noelle's just thanks. And Asta holds out his hand, and Noelle takes it, and he helps her up. And yeah, so the Black Bulls, they come over, and they're all just sort of telling Noelle how amazing it is that she has that much magic. And they're all just if you could control that, I definitely wouldn't want to get on your bad side. And she just sort of laughs it off, and she sort of starts to feel, actually welcomed. And she's kind of surprised because she's never really felt this way before, because her siblings, Noelle and Solid, and whatever her sister's name is, always laughed at her and teased her and made her feel worthless because she couldn't control her magic. So she's well, maybe I was wrong about the Black Bulls. I actually think it'll be fun working with all of them. And so after that, we skip to the next day, and all of the Black Bulls, they're just chilling and talking and things like that. And then Yami comes in and he tells Magna, let's go. And then Magna's like, yes sir. And then they leave. And then Asta, he sort of just connects the dots and realizes that, they're probably going on a really important mission or whatever. So he decides to go and sort of like explore the base. So that's what he does. He goes and explores the base, and then he comes upon the place where Yami keeps the beast. And he actually likes them quite a bit, because he just does. So he stays with them for a while, and then all of a sudden he hears like walking and laughing. And so he turns around and he sees that Magna and Yami are there, but they're naked. And Yami walks up to him and he says, "Meet me in like the sort of like living room, because I have a mission for you." And then Asta starts to get excited and he's like, "Yes, a mission, finally." So he goes to the living room and he waits for Yami and Magna. Magna gets there first, and then Yami, and they're both wearing clothes. So Yami sits on the couch and he's like, "Alright, kid. The mission that you have, you're not, going by yourself. Noelle is coming with you." And then Noelle hears this and she comes over and she's like, "Oh, okay, what is it?" And then not Asta, Yami says, "So basically the mission is that, you two are gonna have to go and do some boar slaying." And then Asta, he's kind of disappointed, because he thought, maybe it was gonna be something more like fun, maybe something more challenging than boar slaying, but he's okay with it. He's like, alright, well, let's go then. And then Noelle, she's like, "How am I gonna get there? I can't control my magic, so I can't ride a broom." And then Asta's just like, "Oh, don't worry, I have a good transportation spell." And then Noelle's just like, "Oh, alright." And yeah, that's actually where I'm gonna leave off this part. Of course, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, and if you're new, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you get notifications every single time I post a lit what if. So before I end off this video, I actually want to tell you guys that I'm thinking of sort of expanding what I do on this channel, because currently obviously I only do what ifs, but I'm thinking, maybe I should start doing like, I don't know, like top 10 lists or like top 5 lists or whatever of like just anime and things like that, and maybe I should start doing like anime reviews as well. So that's what I was thinking I might, want to start doing. So, and we'll see. I think maybe the next video that'll be coming out, it might not, it just might not be a what if, we'll see though, we'll see. But yeah, so of course, thank you for watching the video. Like I said before, don't forget to like. If you're new, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. And yeah, you already know who it is. What If King signing off. Peace.